Today I don't feel like doing anything. Definitely, that's how I feel. I just wanna lay down. Yeah, today I just want us to talk about self-discovery and purpose identification. Now, who are you while naked was the question I asked somewhere. If you are naked, let's say that the garments on your body is off, you do not have the title of being called the father. You do not have the title of being called the mother. You do not have the title of being called a wife or a husband. Or you do not have that job or that academic qualification. Who are you? Who are you without those attachments on your body? Because a lot of people have become frustrated after losing their jobs. Someone lost a job and they're so frustrated, they hate life. You've seen people who have committed suicide after a relationship breakdown. You've seen people sink into depression because people walked away from their lives. And so when all these things happen, it basically comes from the point of letting things, external factors define you, making a marriage define you and say, this is my ultimate destination. This guy, this woman is my destination. And so if they change or they don't comply to who I thought they should be, definitely my life is meaningless without them. And that's a space nobody should ever reach. You should never get your attachment or be attached to the people to the extent that you can't live without them. The Bible says these are human beings. They change their mind. Anytime a human being can change their mind. Because one, I want you to know that at relationship points, we need to upgrade. Just like the way we have our systems. I always believe that the systems or the technology has learned a lot from the spiritual realm, from the spiritual realm. Because when you look at upgrading a system, if you're in a relationship and you don't upgrade yourself, trust me, soon or later, you will be invalid. The same WhatsApp does that, and a lot of apps do that. By the time you don't update it, it becomes obsolete. It becomes old. And so that's the same. When somebody married you for some things and you don't add value into their lives, people start seeing you vague. People don't start seeing you as disqualified. And that means that if you're in a relationship, you need to keep improving yourself so that you still become relevant in this generation or in the persons you're serving in their lives. Now, beyond attaching your purpose to, beyond knowing yourself, there is also finding your purpose. Why am I here? Now, why you are here is what makes you remembered for ages. Your purpose of existence is what keeps your memory alive till the days to come. Yes, today, I do not know if we still have Motorola, but in the history of telephones, when they talk about phones, they're going to mention Motorola because it existed. When we're looking at history of music, you will hear about a man called Lucky Dube from Africa. When you hear about the history of presidents, you're going to hear about a man called Idi Amin from Africa. Why? That was the purpose. They lived for a purpose which was greater than themselves. Now, being a wife, being a husband, being a father, having those qualifications, they are they're like a characteristic of who you are. They're attributes of who you are. They don't fully define you. Your definition doesn't come from that. And also, I always tell people in history, tell me one person who is remembered for being a wife, or somebody who is remembered for being a husband, or somebody who is remembered for being a father or a mother. Nobody. You will contribute to the two generations, okay? Your generation and for your kids. And probably you might even not, your grandchildren might not know you. So that's why you need to find a purpose that is greater than you. Create something that the world is going to remember you for. Your region is going to remember you for. When they mention about this in history, you exist. And so that is only possible when you go beyond describing yourself, beyond discovering yourself. When you get to discover yourself, then seek deeper into purpose. Why am I here? Why did I come at a time such as this? Why didn't I come in 1960? Why didn't I come in 1818? Why didn't I come in 2090? Why did I come at a time such as this? And so knowing that you're here at this time means there is a reason, there is a contribution you're supposed to put for this generation at a time such as this. So what is the contribution you are doing? I want us to look deeply into ourselves. A lot of us Africans, the Black community, who have been taught that our truest identity only comes from attachments. But those are attributes. No one will remember you for attributes. No one will remember you for your characteristics. But someone will remember you for your purpose, why you're here, why you lived. So I hope one time they'll come to talk about you, when they're talking about, the guy who invented the bulbs, you know who they are. When they're talking about these different aspects, the person who discovered this, there's always that history still stands. The people who wrote history today, when you look at the Uganda flag, who was the person who raised it up? These people remained in history because they did exceptional things beyond themselves. So for your name to be remembered in history, then you need to do something greater than just birthing, greater than just being a father, greater than being a mother. It's great being a father, it's great being a mother, but there is a bigger purpose than being a parent. The Bible emphasized it when Jacob, it wasn't Jacob, when Joseph, when a king came after Joseph, this king couldn't remember what Joseph did, so he started mistreating the Israelites because he couldn't remember the impact of Joseph at that time. So there is a thing you need to do for yourself that is of value beyond serving, beyond a value, because otherwise in a very short time people might forget you, but your impact still remains. And now as we talk about Joseph, we talk about the favor God gave him, how he resisted a woman in this, how he did this, how he ensured that the Egypt had food at a time of scarcity. Now that was his greater purpose that he lived for. And so I just hope you get to live for your purpose. You get to live beyond who society told you you are. Meet yourself. The time you meet yourself, you get very choosy about the energy you have around you, the people, the kind of conversations, the kind of energy you take becomes a little bit, your energy becomes expensive. And so, as always, I love you with the love of Jesus, right? Have you accepted his lordship? If you didn't, you need to inbox me and we say the Lord's Prayer, or you can say it to yourself. Bye-bye.